Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is August 23rd, 2025, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor, please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's minimize this. That's maximize this chart here, this quarterly chart, and resize this and see where we at. That's where we're at. Yeah, I had to restart things. It's early Saturday morning. I hope I got this stuff close to being right. And I'll boom, 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 move this around just a little bit where I can see things on other stuff. All right. On this quarterly chart, zooms in here. We're still green. We're still above the yearly RR1, closed above there. Looking good here on this quarterly chart. Let's go down to this monthly chart. On this monthly chart, let's zoom in here. We can see that we are still above the 9-10 moving average. That's it, right? That's that right there. Still pretty much extended. And we're still getting higher lows and higher highs on this picture here. Still see that. So that's all looking good also. So we're looking good here on this monthly picture. Let's go ahead and go down to the weekly picture and see what we see there. Let's zoom in here. On the NASDAQ, the NASDAQ ended up for the week closing red. That's one of the things I see here, this red candle here for the week. The NASDAQ probably was the weakest of these indexes this week here. Kind of surprising, but nothing special, nothing to get too excited over. But let's just be mindful and watch what's going on here. The NASDAQ, that's a real strong bullish tail on the NASDAQ here that we're looking at. So, and all the other indexes were making highs, and the NASDAQ wasn't. So the technology index is kind of weak at this time. Money is rolling over. We might be getting some kind of money rotation thing that people like saying, where money is not rolling into the NASDAQ as strong as it is rolling into some of the other indexes and some of the other sectors. So just be mindful of that in your if you're trading and stuff, and what you're trading and what you're looking at, and the setups that you're seeing at this time. And that's what I see here on. That's what this weekly picture is kind of telling me here, with the NASDAQ being weak as it was this week. Let's go ahead and go down to the daily chart and see what we see there. On this daily chart, zoom in here, zoom. See, the other thing also here, now looking at this daily picture, we saw it on the weekly picture. We saw that the redness there, but the NASDAQ ended up dropping a whole lot more. We kind of, like on the NASDAQ, the NASDAQ gave us the early warning sign last week. It gave us those lower lows and these lower highs, and this thing was getting ready. That was a downtrend. It was getting ready to drop. The NASDAQ probably dropped harder and more. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers or anything like that, but I'm looking at here, than the other indexes based on what I'm seeing. The NASDAQ didn't pull back as strong when it pulled back as the other indexes. I think the Dow made all-time highs. The Russell didn't make all-time highs, of course, but the SPY also made all-time highs. But the NASDAQ didn't. The NASDAQ is still quite a bit. That's 74.84. It's close to $10 off from its all-time high. But we know the NASDAQ can do that next week if it's going to do it, and it's not the beginning of something bigger to the downside. And that's all I really can say right here, and that's what I'm seeing right here, and that's all I can say. Just the NASDAQ, definitely from the pictures and what we are seeing, definitely is not as strong as the other indexes at this time. And that's all I have to share today. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.